I'm just going to do a quick video on the art of living and how even if you've not got a lot of money, you can still be quite happy. I'm not saying you can be as happy as the people with loads of money, but you can be happier than some of them. Number one, it's all about fluid intake. You need plenty of fluids. My staple diet is fluids, is milk, and then I'll have like cups of tea, cups of coffee. Things like that. Peppermint tea, vanilla rhubarb tea. But I'll only have like one or two of them a day, where I'll have probably like 3 or 4 pints of milk. That helps your food digest, which helps the food get into the bloodstream, which helps the blood oxygenate, build the stem cells, all that sort of stuff. Another thing you have to do is you have to be professional in life, but then there's also times not to be professional. So you try your best to be professional, but then when it comes to certain times where you've just had enough and you're just at the end of your tether, so to speak, then that's when you're going to blow up, you're going to do things that you regret, but you can't help it. It's just part and parcel of what's going to happen. You can't be perfect all the time. I can't put up perfect content all the time. Sometimes the content's going to be butchered, sometimes it's going to be good, but you can't be a perfect person all the time. But the key to that is, what you've got to do is, when people start to admire you, and you'll start to admire yourself when you have no regrets, because you tried your best. Say for instance, you're at work one day and somebody says something you don't like. You end up getting angry, you end up saying something back, which is probably 10 times worse than what they said. You end up getting fired for it. Instead of having a chip on your shoulder, the best thing to do is move on. People start admiring you when they see you make mistakes, but move on really quick from them. And how do you move on? Well, just because work's fell out of you, and it's not even work, it's probably 95% of the people there still want to work there, still wouldn't mind you working there. It's just the one customer or whatever that saw you swear. But what people tend to do is they tend to think because that one person doesn't like him, the whole world doesn't like him. So what you need to do then, if you've not got a job, you need to then work with people in your community. I know it sounds boring, but it's not boring. It's actually really quite good, because you're off work and you can go and speak to people and have you got any work for me? Oh no. Have you got any work for me? Oh no. Have you got any? And oh yeah, and you meet new people, and it's interesting what you learn and stuff. So don't ever fear losing your job. Don't ever fear anything. It's all about being yourself, trying to be the best person you can be, and then if you slip up, you move on as fast as you can. And that's when you'll be admired, when you don't dwell on, oh, that was horrible what I did that day, or what I did that day. So when I was saying work with your community, what I mean is you've got your family will be there, your friends will be there. So don't feel bad about, like, if they say to you, yeah, it is £20, if you like, you've got no money. Don't feel bad about taking that £20 just because somebody at work heard you swearing and got fired for it. Take the £20 and realise that you're going to return the favour when you get the opportunity to. So other things that you can do. Yeah, it's all about not having that chip on your shoulder, being able to move on, and just trying to get back on track as fast as you can. I mean, you could say you've never fell off track because you're still you're still living, you're still breathing. It's just your quality of living has gone down. But the best thing to do is always stay positive and realise that if you get into that mindset of feeling sorry for yourself, you're going to go into that downward spiral. Whereas if you see it as an opportunity, someone said to me, if somebody makes you fail, so say for instance, you get fired from work, all they're doing is setting you up for your next opportunity. Well, they are only if you have that mindset. If you have the chip on the shoulder mentality, they can't do that to me sort of thing, and you can't get past it or you can't get over it, then you're just going to be depressed. It's just going to be there in the back of your mind. And it's not going to get solved. So it's all about being born into the moment, into the new. So it's like, can't think of another good example. This is why you have to get aggressive. Because say for instance one day, I mean, I probably won't because I'm quite lucky, to be honest. But say for instance one day I forget about eating healthy, and I just skip breakfast and I don't have anything to eat till 7 o'clock that night, and I got up at 6 in the morning. Then I'm going to have to use my aggression instead of my energy, because your body's going to be working on stored energy, and when your body works on stored energy, it starts to get angry. Like they say, if you don't get the right amount of B vitamins, which is in milk, you get all 3 B vitamins in milk. That's why milk is my staple diet. You have schizophrenic breaks. So sometimes you're going to have schizophrenic breaks unless you do what I do, where I'm like affluent all the time. I'm always on my toes because I know my diet now. I know what to do. So that's why I always stress the key to all of this stuff. If you want money, if you want success, the key to it all is your diet. And then after your diet, it's about what I'm trying to say in this video. It's about moving on. Say for instance you make a mistake. It's like I've lost loads of money gambling, lost loads of money gambling on the stock market, but I don't try and get that money back because it's gone. I move on and I say, right, you've lost your £100 this month. You can't gamble till next month. Which will be another £100. So I've learned to move on very quickly. It's like if, say for instance, I say something stupid at work, which everybody does, say something stupid to my dad, say something, I just think, you know what, if I dwell on it, it's going to make it worse. Whereas if I could just forget about it, stay focused on, because it's like say for instance you've got 200 things going on in your life, and one of them goes wrong. This is what I'm trying to stress, they're not, all of them aren't going to be going perfect all the time. Something's always going to be, I wish that was a little bit better. But if say one of them starts to go downhill a bit, there's no point dwelling on that problem, because if you spend too much energy on that problem, then the other 199 are going to start to suffer because of it, and most of the time you don't even end up fixing that problem that you tried to fix it. So it just ends up bringing you down, and there's no progression. It's like there's this saying on the gym wall. I go to a gym in Worsley, the Marriott, and it says, don't strive for perfection, strive for progress. That's all you've got to do. So forget about that one thing that is going downhill. Concentrate on the other ones. Obviously, if you've got time to focus on that thing, then you can focus on it. But if the other is going to make the other things in your life suffer, then you have to let it go, cut it off, nip it in the bud, do whatever you've got to do to make it not hold you back.